The following words are from my new book, Origins and Future of the Earth, Messages from Elves, Felines, and the Inner Earth, published by Eva Kenas in 2025. This chapter contains examples from my inner dialogues with wise cats, incarnated cat giants. The cat giants come from the subtle space that is the original and future universe, but they prefer to operate within the expanded awareness of a fifth-dimensional reality. In the subtle space, they have inhabited various planets and at one point even a world in the Swan constellation, so they are fond of the elves. The first two cat giants came to me in the form of twin brothers, two physical cats. They first introduced themselves to me in a vision as ethereal cat giants. Although I had heard of humanoid feline races, these beings were purely feline. The only vaguely human trait was their ability to stand upright on their hind legs. A few months later, I encountered them near the forest as two kittens and immediately recognized their faces. They followed me home and I instantly fell in love with them, just as it happens when you meet souls from your soul family. Messages from Cat Odin. About the cat giants and feline wisdom. There isn't much written about the cat giants, even though we are fundamental to your world and were among the first inhabitants of this planet. We have lived here alongside other giants and elves since the ancient times. You ask whether we departed from the subtle universe along with other ethereal beings? Well, it would be more accurate to say that you left. You left into the current matrix. In the dense world, we prefer to take the form of common cats. It is a highly advanced and perfectly designed form. Purring is a powerful creative gift, and we also possess advanced telepathic abilities. We cats know how to live in the present moment. We remain in constant connection with the absolute source. Have you noticed how often we yawn when humans talk about us, thinking they know something about us? It's boring, but let them talk. People today believe they know more simply because they can speak and pass on information through words and writing. Most of them have long forgotten telepathy. Even some who consider themselves more perceptive spread misconceptions about us. They debate whether we are lower or higher souls. That bothers you, right? It doesn't bother me at all, because it's nonsense. Others claim that we are their guardian angels and healers. In reality, we are helpers only when we choose to be, when we truly love you, and when you explicitly ask for our help. We do not share or impose anything on those who do not listen, and we do not help those who do not ask for it. Why do humans feel that everything in the world exists just for them? We are your friends, not your healers or therapists. We live our own stories here, independent of you. Cat Odin on expanded awareness. Each planet and its three-dimensional version has its own fourth dimension. However, in the fourth dimension, time exists within space, not space within time, as it does in the third dimension. There, you will find time capsules and time loops. Loops represent cycles of space within time, created to help understand a particular issue, while capsules store successful or unsuccessful segments of time within space. From a 4D perspective, everything becomes clear. You only need to tune into it. 4D can be an enjoyable dimension as long as you are not restricted by a manipulative system or a limiting belief. A soul is meant to judge itself. In truth, no one else judges it. It is meant to choose its own experiences. As you often say, karma can be approached creatively. If we are vibrationally wise, instead of enduring punishment, we can balance karma by good deeds. Action and reaction principle is given, but one can transcend them through the alchemical transformation of turning low vibration into a high vibration. Can a feline soul incarnate into another form, you ask? Into a dog or a human, for example? Of course. You don't always wear the same pants, do you? Sometimes you prefer a skirt or a dress. It depends on your mood and on the weather, or in this case, on your will and the conditions of the given world. I can already hear some human minds protesting. The belief in external authority is a construct of the creators and guardians of the current system, the Matrix. You can recognize them by their constant insistence on external authority. They want to keep souls trapped in the illusion that only they hold supreme power. In truth, they never have and never will. It is an illusion, a trick, a deception. A mirage of their distorted space within time, their temporary system, which from our perspective is already fading away. We are firmly rooted in the source and flow freely within the Absolute. Nothing unsettles us. Let them rage and reinforce their belief systems. To us felines and to the cat giants, it is of no concern. We share our wisdom where it is welcomed and with those who truly listen. We do not subscribe to any belief system or external authority. We hold sovereign authority over ourselves, but never over others. You ask about the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension is easily understood by a creative being, someone who realizes that they are, at least in part, a co-creator of their own life. Authentic artists of your kind, not those who merely imitate others, work with the fifth dimension, though most of them are unaware of it. Their consciousness moves beyond the boundaries of time and space during the creative process, which is why they often lose themselves in it, existing partially elsewhere. When you write, you may feel that time either slows down or speeds up. True creation is infused with the heart and what you call the fifth element, the connection to the source of the Absolute. This very fifth element is intertwined with the fifth dimension. We, the cat giants, operate within it as well. We create and reshape our worlds as needed. We take joy in our creation and in our chosen form, and so we gladly remain within it. Do not bind yourself too tightly to the third dimension. Focus on the fifth, the one beyond time and space, the state of consciousness where we are truly free. There we can be anything, anywhere, at any moment. Worlds are interconnected and we enter them automatically through the soul's codes and the love for a particular being or a world. There is no division by distance or time, and local worlds do not cease to exist unless their creators allow them to. Everything exists in harmony, in an ever-changing now, and yet life is experienced rather than merely lived. To live through something is to be bound by time, but to experience something is to be free from it. This cannot be explained, it must be lived. A message from Cat Thora about the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is the realm of timelines and incarnation planning. If we choose to remain on one planet or one specific timeline, it's the ideal space, full of beautiful creations woven through time. There are worlds that have already been created and preserved in time capsules. In this dimension, we can't create new worlds, but we can travel through those that already exist and move along their timelines. Some people fear this dimension, and you, too, allowed yourself to be partially swayed by that fear. But that fear is unfounded. The fourth dimension is truly beautiful when it's free from the current matrix and its limitations. We are in constant connection with the source and the wisdom of the Absolute. Through our energetic fields, we can exist in all dimensions, and in the afterlife, we are free to choose what we wish to experience. We can expand or narrow our consciousness, but everything unfolds from the center. Everything unfolds from our source. How can we break free from the afterlife matrix, you ask? By refusing to believe the lies, by walking our own paths, by sensing deeply when something resonates with our true self and when it does not. The power of the heart and intuition, the strength of our electromagnetic field, and the connection to our multidimensional nature, these are the keys. We are meant to go where our soul feels at home, where there is harmony between the Absolute and the expanded awareness of our being. A message from Cat Madeline about the seventh dimension. In the seventh dimension, our consciousness naturally loves to dwell. From there, it becomes easy to observe all of creation, not needing to participate, but always having the option to. It is a state of awareness where everything is connected in harmony and love, a place from which creation is watched over and gently nurtured. You might say it's the state of consciousness held by the protectors of creation itself. You humans sometimes call them angels. From the seventh dimension, you gain countless perspectives on creation, far more than from the narrow 3D lens, bound by given space and time. And that makes perfect sense. But when you choose to enter a single world, a single timeline, you experience it fully. In the seventh dimension, it's like having thousands of films playing at once. You can peek into all of them, but you don't truly live any of them. From this place, I can perceive all my parallel realities, the ones I created in 5D, co-created in 6D with other souls, and all the timelines of 4D as well. But did you know you can reincarnate into the same story again? Be born again as Eva, but this time live life differently? That's one of the tricks the current Matrix plays on you sometimes. The Matrix Guardians might suggest, hey, how about living it again, but do it better this time? Not in a new life, but in the same one. And so many souls get caught in looping through different versions of one life, hoping to finally perfect it. But here's the catch, it can never be completely perfect. Still, it's easy to get trapped in that illusion, just like getting caught in the cycle of new reincarnations. In the seventh dimension, we are everything, yet we don't have to engage with anything. We can simply be observers. Why do you see and feel lights and colors there? Because everything blends into oneness, yet still holds distinction. We are various consciousnesses expressing ourselves through vibration, sound, color, and other effects of reality. Your brain doesn't yet have the vocabulary for some of it, and that's okay. The soul has many ways of expressing itself, not necessarily through fixed form, though it can if it chooses so. From the seventh dimension, you can manifest anywhere, but you're not bound by incarnation. You can enter and exit worlds freely, though you must be careful not to derail someone else's story, their timeline. Entering 5D worlds from 7D is easy. They're used to such visits. When someone wants to receive you, they will sense it and allow it, or not. I enjoy the seventh dimension. And remember this, you don't need spiritual protection when you know you are outside the matrix and only enter it to play. You have every right to be here because this is just a temporary time loop. It will eventually return to its original form, and the current matrix history will be preserved like a museum in a time capsule in the fourth dimension. The Matrix and its creators know this. They let you play, but they lose interest in those who don't enjoy drama and intense emotions. Those ones they simply let pass through, they don't cling to them, and that is a big advantage. And this is a message from Cat Freya about expanded awareness. In the subtle matter, you can be aware of expanded dimensions, even while residing in the third dimension. Some of us prefer to focus on a single story. Otherwise, it would be like turning on thousands of movies and trying to watch them all at once. Something that's possible with 6D state of consciousness, but in 3D it would drive you mad. That's why we narrow ourselves down into 3D, to be able to fully immerse ourselves in just one story. On the subtle earth, there are those who consciously connect with their expanded awareness. From that state, they gain the ability to reshape themselves across time, to shift their age and their form, or the form of others, and to travel through different timelines. This is where your fairy tales of wizards, witches, and alchemists come from. Anything is possible, but within the current matrix, only a rare few achieve it. Here, consciousness is bound by heavy limitations set by the bodies we incarnate into and reinforced through upbringing and the constructs of human society. Yet on the subtle original earth, you still have the ability to connect with your whole being, to perceive all the layers of your field, all the multidimensional aspects of who you are. It's important to remember that they never disappear, they are always available to you.